I love finding these old NES controllers that are beat up, weathered, yellowing maybe, and can use a little more love. I'm going to be taking this one here, and I have a custom commission, and they want a Galaxy-themed NES controller. Sounds awesome. Can't wait to get into the project.
Here we go! Russ, what you doing? Russ, what you doing? Russ, what you doing? Let's find out!
Alright, first things first, I gotta take this controller apart and clean it. Let's get to it. So first things first is taking apart the NES controller. It has 6 screws on the back. Let's get to it. There's the board itself and all the components, so we're going to take those out. Time to clean them. Just filling up the sink with some warm water, and we're going to use some Dawn dish soap. Get some good suds and get some good scrub on. Just make sure all the parts are clean and dirt free. Then we're going to dry them off and take them to the paint booth. Now you can see here I actually removed the NES overlay on it, so it's just a bare controller. And we're going to be using these paint primer by RussLyman. I'm going to add a little bit of red on the back here because I'm going to be making a little planet or galaxy. And a contrast color is white. Just going to use a garbage bag right here. You can use some tissue paper or anything, something you can crinkle up. When you peel it back, you'll get that effect right under it. Now we're just going to mask this off with one of the spray paint caps right there and add our highlights and shadows. Now I'm just spraying some paint on an old paintbrush and flicking it to get a star pattern on there. This seemed to work out pretty well because you would get different spots and clusters, so it really looked like stars. Now for the reveal. Nice, there's the planet right there. Little red, little bit of white. And you can see the stars look awesome. Now I'm just going to add some clear coat to it. I do a couple coats and let it rest for a while. After this, looking at it, I didn't like how the planet looked. So I ended up taking some black spray paint and kind of starting at square one, going over it and kind of repeated the process and adding a little bit more stars to it as well. So then when we take it outside here, you can see how it sparkles. It also has a red tint to it because I was hitting it from afar with the red spray paint. But I think this looks a little bit cleaner. I do go back with the red a little bit to add a cluster in there. And now we're just sealing it up with some more clear. So here is the controller back from paint, Galaxy themed. It's looking awesome. It's got that red hue to it and the stars and everything. We just have to assemble it and put it back together. Super exciting. Now again, wanting to take this to the next level, I ended up using my Cameo machine to cut out a vinyl sticker that says Nintendo, so we can apply it to the custom controller right here to give it a little bit more touch to it. I think it pops with the red. So I'm using the transfer tape right on here to transfer the vinyl decal. Now the transfer tape I got was a little bit too sticky. Since then I've gotten new transfer tape, but peeling it back right here, it actually takes some of the paint off. Oh, it's painful to watch. So it has a little nick on there. Luckily I have some of the paint, so I'm going to spray it onto some cardboard and use a brush right here to fill it in. And it's black, so it blends in pretty good once we add the clear coat to it. Time to take it to the paint booth. Alright, we're headed back into the tent. It's been a few days since I painted them and wet sanded them. I picked up this 2K clear. This is going to make it super glossy. These are super expensive though. They're about $30 a can, and you also have to have proper respiration. Some gloves, so I got that right here. But here's what we're looking at right now. I have the vinyl decals over the power and reset right there. And I also added the Nintendo on the controller.
A few minutes later.
Alright guys, there it is, the Galaxy themed NES controller. I couldn't be happier with how awesome this came out. I'm so glad that we went back and did the extra mile using that special clear coat to give it such an awesome shine on the back and front. Adding that little Nintendo right there and the controller really sets it off. A lot of people don't put these extra graphics or details into the controller and call it done. We take it the next step. And it turned out awesome. And not only that, but I ended up making a full NES Galaxy theme, which the video will be coming out shortly, so you'll be able to see that full build process as well. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. If you enjoyed that controller build, maybe you'll enjoy this Mike Tyson's Punch-Out controller. This one was such a fun project to work on. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And as always, I'm RussLyman, and keep your world fun bit by bit. I'll see you next video.